Hey guys, James Martinez here of All Things Digital, and today I wanted to show you guys something that is still happening out there, and I guess a lot of people are really confused by what the term responsive means, okay? So by now, I mean, everybody and their uncle should have a website at this point. So if you don't, definitely consider getting a website together, obviously. But, when you get your website together, an important factor to consider is a lot of people, use the term responsive or mobile friendly interchangeably. And to me, that's kind of incorrect. While they somewhat mean the same things, responsive, if you're choosing between mobile friendly and responsive is the way to go, okay? So what I wanted to show you today is, what responsive actually means when it comes to your website, and why it's very, very beneficial for you to have a responsive website over a mobile friendly website. So anyway, let's quickly take a look. So if I take a look here, and let's say I'll use some of my martial arts sites as an example. If I do a search for martial arts near me, okay, here's the map listings. Okay, so let's take a look and see if we could find a website that's not their site is down altogether. I'm gonna have to contact them. But let's see here, Kempo Self-Defense Studios. Okay, so here's womenfightbackselfdefense.com. So it looks like this is, a basic website for looks like a martial arts school. But if you take a look, and the way you can emulate your website being on a phone, and it's the quick and dirty way, I call it. But you could literally just, if you're on your computer, you could just resize it, right? Resize the actual window. So if you see here now, when I resize, okay, and I scale the size of the page down, do you notice how nothing changes on the site? Okay, you see how things start to get cut off, and you start to lose some of the content, right? So that means this website is not, not responsive, okay? So, this may be a great lead for me to contact the owner of the site and say, hey, let me show you something that, may be of use to you. So now, if I go through to their kickboxing page, right, and again, I resize the page, what happens? I'm literally cutting off, and now I have to scroll to the side. So we can kind of emulate the phone here, pretend this is a phone, and now, we're making people scroll left and right, scroll up and down to see stuff, okay? So obviously that's not a great example of a mobile-friendly or responsive site. So let's take a look at one of the sites I've built, right? Is this site for Tong Dragon in their Ocean County, New Jersey. So this is their website, right? And again, this is a martial arts website, okay? And so what happens here? This is how the site looks on on a computer, right? It's a nice big screen, everything full out. But let's do the same thing. Let's do the same little quick and dirty way of looking at it. Okay, and you see when I change the size of the site, okay, now I have a different menu type, okay, and now look, nothing is cut off, okay, nothing, you could still read everything, okay, and so now what I want to show you is that if I actually, when I say responsive, that means the site responds or adapts to the viewing port, okay? So if we're making pretend this is an iPhone, and this is what it's going to look like on a phone, okay, and we close the menu back down. So now if I start to, what do you think is going to happen if I start to make it bigger? Okay, you might notice the site is actually changing, okay? And what is it doing? It is being responsive to the window size, okay? So now look, I still have everything. This isn't a perfectly shaped window. Look, we can kind of emulate a tablet screen, okay? So this may be what the site would look like on a tablet, okay? So we still have our menu there, okay? We have our click to call us button. We have our logo. We can still read all of the text. Okay, and this is obviously, like I said, quick and dirty, so this isn't exactly how it's going to look on a tablet, but you can kind of get the idea, okay? So, maybe this is what it looks like on a tablet, okay? And then, again, as I change the size of the site, okay, the website itself responds and becomes adaptive, Okay, so now, obviously you could see that that makes a huge difference, because now no matter what device the viewer is on, no matter what device they're on, the site still looks good. The site still works, is highly functional, right? So again, here's what it might look like on a phone. Okay, you still got your menu, all your nav, all of that stuff. If we blow it out a bit, maybe this is what it looks like on a tablet. Maybe something like this, and you still got the video, you still got the content, nothing's being cut off, and then you're looking at the whole entire site on a regular desktop computer. Versus, a situation like this where, if I resize this site, okay, now this is still working. Like on a tablet, this probably wouldn't be such a big deal, right? But if you go to a phone, now all of a sudden stuff is getting cut off. Okay, now that's obviously not a good experience for your visitor, right? Now they got to scroll left and right or whatnot. Now, there's alternate versions of some sites have what's called a mobile a mobile-friendly site where literally an entirely different experience shows, okay? And it's a very, dry, vanilla version of the site. And that's cool too, but I prefer responsive because, you could do lots of different things based upon the device that the people are on. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me show you something else in regards to these responsive sites, right? So you notice here, if I'm on a computer, right, we have a call us button, right? But for most of the part, we have a get started today button, right? Because they're on a computer, okay? So we want them to fill out a form and contact us. But what I want to show you this is if I minimize, you may notice something. You notice how it says tap to call now? That's because the website is being viewed on a smaller port and it believes that this is a phone. Okay, so on my sites that I do responsive, I actually change the call to action based upon the device that they're on. Because if they're on a phone, I don't want them filling out a form. I want them calling us, right? So you'll see here the call to action changes to a tap to call. And that's a better call to action. We want them to call right now. They're a hot lead. Get in touch with us. We obviously can still have them, fill out the form, on the contact page or whatnot. We can still have them, click a form to get in touch and all that stuff. But, what's most important, you can see obviously here is the click to call as well, right? We want them to become a lead, okay? And the less friction there is to becoming a lead, the better that is, okay? So if they're on their computer, all right, they may have to fill out name, email address, and phone number, okay? But if they're on a phone, they literally have a phone in their hand. We want them calling us, right? So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Take a look at your sites. If it's not mobile friendly, also obviously some people, it's surprising to me. In fact, you could take a look as far as just go to your site. I've had phone calls where people, they say, oh no, my website is mobile friendly and all of that, and then I say, well, listen, I'm on your site on my phone right now. Okay, and it's not mobile friendly. Okay, so what happens is they literally don't even check their own website on their phone. It's really not that hard. Just open up your phone, open up the browser. So I'm just taking a look at that example I showed you to see if they have a mobile friendly version. Okay, for some reason it's not. I don't know, something having a Google error on that womanfightbackselfdefense.com. But anyway, a lot of people just don't check. So simply go to your website on your phone. If it's not working great for you, it's not working great for most other people as well, okay? So hopefully that explains a bit more the whole idea of a responsive website. And if that's useful to you, please feel free to visit my website to learn more about my services. My site is responsive, so it should look good on the phone as well. But I'd love for you to get in touch. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out, and hopefully, please like the Facebook page and all that stuff, the the YouTube, subscribe, all of that, so that I can keep informing you guys of all these little things, lots of little things that people, get overwhelmed with. And it's really, that's the stuff I love. And that's why I kind of keep all of these things in mind, so you're great at your business, doing whatever it is you do. And I try to be great at doing what I do, which is making sure you're well informed on, how to build a fantastic website that works great on any device, how to do little things like that as far as changing, your call to action to actually drive the action you want them to do, and just all sorts of affordable internet marketing techniques. Also, I'm starting, or I already have a group. It's kind of a secret group, but if you're interested in joining, one of my groups where you could learn more stuff like this and get more content from me in this sort of a fashion, get in touch. I'm going to be posting it out there a bit more. I'm working on some stuff for it, but I'd like to build a group of, business owners who are looking to, execute these affordable internet marketing techniques and, really just get every little leg up on their competition that they can. Okay. So if that sounds like you, get in touch, let you know about the group. Otherwise, stay safe, stay happy, and stay busy.